Well, today was an interesting day today for me. It was the first time that I ever used a new app or platform called Periscope to do a live broadcast of a RC trailing expedition, or whatever you want to call it. Never done anything like it, and so basically I was doing a live feed of me driving the trail truck out in the middle of nowhere to people sitting who knows where around the world. Pretty interesting concept. So let's dive into that. Okay, so I've been a doubter of Periscope from the beginning. We've talked about using it at work, and I just was like, who's going to watch this? Nobody's going to come. We don't have an audience. Today I started Periscope with no audience at all. I had followed 44 people that it allowed me to connect via my Twitter account because Periscope is owned by Twitter. And so I had that going, and that's it. I posted out to Instagram, Twitter, even a video here on YouTube letting people know that I was going to be doing it. But I wasn't sure that anybody would show up. So I was shocked when I turned the camera on. I started recording. I was just kind of giving an intro, hoping that people might show up. And then ping, ping, ping. People start joining. And I was like, all right, well, here we go. Let's do this thing. And so I had my iPhone. I was using the Periscope app. And had it attached on my selfie stick, like so, which is great for getting it low, holding the controller and filming. But when I wanted to turn and film myself, presented problems because I had to try and kind of hold it up like this to be able to see myself. Because in Periscope, you can double tap and it'll switch the cameras like that. So you can be looking out this camera, then double tap on the screen and it'll point back at you. And so you can kind of change the view. So I was doing it, trying to answer questions as best I could. The problem was that I had the phone most of the time down at the ground level watching the truck, and I couldn't see the comments or the questions that people were asking me. So I apologize if I didn't answer your questions. I wasn't ignoring you. There was actually one person who asked the cost of my build, and I was dealing with notifications popping up and somehow overlooked it. And so I think it was Crowfan. The cost or whatever that I put into that truck was about $120 in cash. I started with the G-Mate as a trade. I bought the body and then through parts and things like that. It's about $120 invested after the trade. So there's the answer to that question. It was a great run, actually. I really enjoyed it. I had a blast using Periscope because, there's so many uses for it that I could see in an RC arena. Especially in cars. I know Flight Test has an awesome channel. They get a lot of interactions, but I wasn't sure how it would work with trailing. But people asking about motors, telling me what cars they've got. Just really kind of cool interaction. Somebody commenting that their 3-year-old kid liked the video. The one bummer I see in it is that I spent my whole time filming it live. It expires in 24 hours. And the video quality that I was able to save from the feed is like 320 by 500, so it's not even 720p. It's like standard definition, barely. It's not even that. So that's kind of a bummer. I can't even take that and really post it. I'm going to post some here at the end so you can see what the experience is like. But yeah, it's kind of lacking in the usefulness later. So if people don't show up, and I guess that's one reason to try and get them to show up and see it live. And drive people to the Periscope as its own avenue, and you're privileged if you get to see it, and other people that miss it, after 24 hours it's gone. So it's an interesting platform. People that were interested in RCs, asking RC related questions were on there. Total strangers kind of laughing at me for playing with a toy in the woods. It ran the gamut, but overall, I had a blast. I'm imagining like choose your RC adventure kind of a thing where you go out with Periscope and you let people dictate which way you're going to turn. Are you going to go up the hill? Are you going to go into the mud? What are you going to do? Are you going to hit that jump? You could do it in a bashing sense. People saying, hey, see if you can clear this, or see if you can make it do a front flip off of that jump that you just passed. It could literally, the options are endless. So it's a neat platform. It's something I'm going to explore for my own personal channel. and see where it goes. I'm gonna think about different ways that I can use it and utilize it, because I think it's a fun way to make RC videos interactive in a way that we don't get here with YouTube, where I'm telling you or showing you exactly what I want you to see from my run, instead of letting you say, hey, what would happen if you tried to, go up that hill right over to your left? It looks pretty steep. Is that doable with your truck? And then we can see whether or not it can live and talk about, what might be done to be able to tackle that. Is it different wheels? Is it a different motor or gearing? Weighting, So so look for me to be exploring that. It's periscope.tv/CCxRC. If you subscribe to people on Periscope, it's pretty cool. You get alerts when a new live broadcast is starting, and so you just tap on that and you join into the live feed. I get it with Flight Test, and there's a couple others that I'm subscribed to, but I enjoy watching it and interacting, asking questions, and it kind of gives you this, it's like an insider look into what's happening behind the scenes. So the one problem for me, though, is dealing with, if I'm doing trail trucks, what do I do with the camera on the ground? Do I need somebody else to come out and maybe film it and ask or prod the questions? Because the questions pop up and then they kind of fade and disappear. And so if I see it pop up and the person, if I ask can you ask your question again, I missed it, maybe they don't catch it or they don't want to type it in again or who knows what. But you miss some opportunities for the interaction. But I'm kind of a fan. I can't believe how much fun I had today all by myself in the woods talking what looked like to myself. I didn't think anyone was around, and then I saw like a lone bike sitting against a tree from one of the BMXers, and I thought they could have been watching me this whole time talking to myself, wondering what in the heck is wrong with this guy. So anyway, again, Tony here, CCxRC. Check it out on Periscope, or you can follow on Twitter because the links post there as well. But the best way is through Periscope. Download the app. It's free. You don't even have to, make your own Periscopes, but it allows you to sign up for people if you want to get a behind-the-scenes look at things that they're doing. So I'll catch you guys later on the trail, in the air, bashing through the universe. I don't know. I'm tired. It's been a long day. It's kind of no shave November. I'm overgrown, and I'm not going to abide by the no shave November rules, because I will be shaving this itchy thing off as soon as I can, hopefully tomorrow or this weekend. So we'll see you guys later. Alright guys, we're here live on the trail. This is my first and just wanted to give it a try. There's so many cool ways to do media, and we use Google Plus and YouTube, excuse me, Twitter, Instagram, all that. Especially in the RC world, we're using all of these different things, and I thought, you know what, I'm gonna try doing a live trail run. This is the first run I've done with this particular vehicle. It's the first time on the trail. It's raining, so it's a good thing I've waterproofed it. We've got some mud and some creek beds and some stuff that I'm going to be going ahead and taking the G-Mate on and seeing how it does. So we'll get the truck into the trail so we can give it its first little run. Oh, I might dump it already. Let's get her started. There we go. Go ahead and plant myself down in here. Try and avoid walking through that myself here. So guys, I got a 55 turn motor in this thing. It does not go very fast, but it should have plenty of torque. So as long as I've got wheels that can grab on, I should be able to power up most of the hills here. But this is a G-made sawback that I've converted to a D90 from RC four-wheel drive body. It's a hard body, which really works a lot better on this particular chassis than the original body did. The extra weight just helps those shocks. They're the leaf springs. There we go. Here's a steep incline here. Let's just see what it does going down. Oh, see if I don't go down. Oh, falling. Let me take it down. Woo. All right. Go max speed. You want to see max speed? All right, let me get it down to the bottom of the hill, guys, and we'll go max speed. But let me make sure that I don't die coming down this. It's kind of steep. This Hobby Wing 1060 quick run, the ESC, the drag brake on this thing is like all on or nothing right now. So when I'm braking, it's just sliding in these leaves. But let's see what we're doing here. We'll bring it on down. There we go. All right, so we'll do max speed here once we get over this into the base here. And it's running on 3S 5,000 milliamp battery. But I could probably do full speed and not have any issues. Looks like I lost one of my LED lights here. Try not to rip that off of them. All right, full speed. I can walk faster than it goes at full speed. I have a 35 turn motor that I can put in it as well. But yeah, that's full power right there. There's some pretty cool hills just up over here that we can try and go up. And this is full power here, full speed. No problem going up that hill. It's not very fast. So I need to either gear it different or switch out the motor for something with a little more speed. One of my favorite drops. Ooh. Well, here's how you can see I put it together. Actually, to kind of allow it to do this so it won't destroy the body, got magnets on the bottom here so that this body will pop off if it starts getting stressed out. So let's mount that back on. Quick and easy connect. We're ready to go again. Anybody else have any other questions? Yeah, I dumped it, huh? I don't know if I can go back to old comments or not. They kind of disappeared while I had the camera down with the truck. So this is kind of fun, but there's some steep stuff here coming up just over this side here. I don't know if I'll tackle it with this because this one's a little top heavy, but we'll see. We'll go get in some big mud, I think, over here on the other side. So we'll get back down to the water. You bought a Hellion Truggy? Did you order it? Or do you got it already? So these are some BMX trails we got here. They're really slick for our trail trucks. Let's see what you're saying here. I see a comment. Is it brushed? This is a brush motor. It's a Novak Terraclaw 55 turn, and the 35 turn that I have that came in the mail last night is a RC 4-wheel drive 35 turn. There we go. Let's see how it does. Little bumper, metal bumper. This thing will be getting a bath tonight because no telling what is in all of this water here. Pretty gross. And my shoes, I'm not dressed appropriately for sure. I should have some big old boots on. Here we go. I'm not stepping out in there, so we'll hopefully not get stuck, guys. Because I don't want to have to go retrieve it. So let's go ahead and turn it around here. Get a front shot of it doing the water exploration. This is all waterproof. That's one of the things I did when I built this, or rebuilt it, was I put in a waterproof CCxRC servo. The Quick Run ESC is waterproof, and the brush motor, of course, is going to be a waterproof option. Whoa. Get her all in. So this is doing great out here. I was worried the original G-Made, when I had the saw back on it, it was just so bouncy. The shocks just bounced everywhere because there was no weight on them. But this is doing great. Let's see if I got a cross here. We'll see what we do here. Oh, that was pretty solid. So we're gonna keep running here. I'm really liking this truck. It's just sitting there in the water right now, but everything's performing well. I actually like the 55 turn for this, being nice and slow, just crawling through the trails here. It's got lots of torque, and it's just able to really power through things. So with the 2S battery, the 55 turn is way too slow for me. So the 3S makes it somewhat bearable. Guys, see any places while I'm filming that you think would be cool to tackle, just let me know. I'll try and run it. I hate it when people leave their junk around. Look at this litter. Maybe I can pick that up on my way out. We're stuck. Oh, don't tip. Let's get a closer look at what we're dealing with. We're about to go, but luckily there's a branch here that I can rest on if I do go. There's a rock there. Yeah, made it. Ooh. You guys get to see how many times I normally almost fall on the trail when I'm by myself. Usually that's not filmed, but I keep falling almost. All right, there's one more spot where we go. Oh, there's some good water up ahead. Let's keep going. Let's see how deep we can get her. This is the first of my trail trucks that I've actually fully waterproofed, so this is kind of fun.
to get to experience this. We'll be keeping our eye out for snakes, because that's something we have here in Chesapeake, Virginia. We have water moccasins and copperheads and several variations of poisonous snakes. This looks like it could be cool. I don't know if it'll be tackleable. Oh, we're floating. It's too deep. Come on back, buddy. Oh, wiggling the joystick here, trying to get some traction. Yeah, that's gonna be too deep. We'll blaze another trail here. You can see how filthy the water is. I don't know what's going on here. I seem to have lost some power with that sinking. It's even slower than it was. Wonder what I did. Somebody had a comment there. Can you give that comment again? I don't know if you saw, I lost kind of some of my power. Picked up the camera so I could see now what the comments were, because when it's ground level I can't really see anything but the balloon pop up. I'll keep it here where I can see it for a little bit. Something's not happy. Ugh. I wonder if it's my battery. Keeps cutting out. Alright, so that might be the end of the run for today, guys. Got no speed. Let's see what we've got here. So I was telling you before, let me take this off this mount. Selfie stick. That's how I do my trail videos. But the TerraClaw 55 turn, the 1060 quick run ESC, I've gone and dipped my receiver here in Plastidip, waterproof that, and then the waterproof servo up front. So I'm curious, I went in pretty deep. I wasn't expecting that to drop off like it did, because none of the rest of it has been that deep. So I'm wondering if something, if we're having some issues here because of that depth of water. But I've gone in and I've put marine grease in to waterproof all of the, hold on, let me double tap here, point you to the sky for a second. I just need to get my hands free. The bearings and everything, so I don't think that I would have done anything there. You can tell it's humid here. Got a little bit of speed again. So I don't know what, maybe I was overheating or something. If there's any trail guys watching that know more than me here about these in water, if there's anything that I might have been experiencing. But I'm gonna cut it from here, unless you want to ask any questions real quick before I put the camera down. I will let you go and do this again some other time, because it's kind of neat to live stream video like this. Anyway, thanks for checking in, guys. CCxRC, it's Tony. Be sure to check me out on YouTube, CCxRC, Google Plus, if you guys hang out a lot or like to do social media. There's a lot of guys on Google Plus, and you can find me there, and we'll communicate, hang out. We do Google Hangouts where it's live like this, except it's a bunch of people sitting and talking and working on trucks and doing all kinds of stuff. So this isn't the first live thing I've done. It's just the first kind of like this. So anyway, we'll check you later, and thanks for stopping in. Catch you guys on the trail.